used to, and I'm going to explain this here in just a minute. But and while I'm waiting for people to come in, I only have about 30 to 45 minutes to be able to do this live stream. I'm going to let you guys know what's been going on, kind of how Sam's vet appointment went. Just kind of give you guys some updates on kind of where we're going and what's going to be happening over the next few days because as expected yesterday, I got my YouTube payout, but so the last live stream I did, I ended up getting a copyright notification because of the background music. Now, legally, from what I've looked up, as far as lawyers that post videos about this type of stuff, one of the things that I was I knew was right. I just didn't know the right terminology to use, but what is called as incidental use. And with incidental use, it means that I had no intent on having that music in the background. It wasn't anything else like that. And I don't think that the music kept going on and off. And so I'm like, okay, so on and so forth. So they monetize the video, but they put some restrictions on it because of certain regions. And I'm like, wait a minute, no. And I think I fought it based upon principle. And so if I lose this one, then they're going to give me a copyright strike, which was probably the dumb thing to do. I should have just let it go. But me being me, I'm tired of, letting things go for so long. So what I ended up doing was, by doing that, if I lose, then I get a copyright strike, and then I have one more opportunity to be able to get that strike removed. And now that I know the correct terminology, I can use it, and I should be able to get it removed. But if I don't win, then I get demonetized for 90 days, which is kind of bullshit if you ask me. It is what it is. So it's something that I'm working on. If it happens, I'll let you guys know. It's a little bit of a pain, but whatever. So it looks like I got somebody here. What I'm going to do is just kind of tell you guys what's going on. If you guys have any questions, put the questions in chat. And then what I will do from there is once I'm done saying what I got to say, then I will start answering any questions that you guys might have. While I was waiting here for Sam's appointment, I flew a sign for a few days, and so I needed to make up the difference of what it was that she was taking from me as far as the YouTube payout. Because hey Jeff, nice to see you. Just the YouTube payout was, most of it went to, I think I spent, me personally, I spent $150 out of the $172 that I got. So being able to offset that by flying a sign, I had to do it. On top of that, I got a little bit of money on the side from some other things that happened, and so all in all, it was $125 for her vet appointment. We show up. Oh my God. So I show up probably about an hour early for my appointment. It's just the way I was raised. If you're not early, you're late. And so, I showed up, and there was a couple of ladies there, and they saw Sam, and they just went nuts. They're like, oh, doggy, 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 doggy. And it was fun. They ended up giving her like 5 different chew toys. So I've got like a tug of war pull toy. I got a rope toy. I got a toy with like a corn cob on it. We already lost one of the toys at the doctor's office, because the thing is she'll play with it, she'll let it down, she'll walk away about it, and I'm too busy doing other things, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, I forget to pick it up. And it's something that I've been working on and doing, but it is what it is. And then not only that, because they saw her collar, and they saw what the saddlebags I had on her, and they're like, you should put a harness on her. I'm like, well, I don't really have money for a harness, and this right here, the saddlebag is working just fine. It slows her down, she doesn't pull as much, and it's really, really great. Well, they ended up giving me, because I said she's a girl, because they were like boy girl, because they saw the blue bag, and I'm like, no, she's a girl. And so they gave us a pink harness, and then they also they replaced her collar. So they put, and it has pineapples on it. And so I saw the way that they were putting on it. I said, oh no, those are upside down pineapples. For those of you that, that follow some of the trends that are going on, you know what that means. And so I was making a joke about it. So they're like, oh, no, 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 we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So they turned it around so that it was right side up. It was kind of funny. I enjoyed it. So she got a collar. She got a harness. They also, what's going on, Jeremy? They also got us, what was it? They gave me 2 leashes. Here, I gotta show you this leash, because this leash, if you have a dog, especially if you have a puppy, yes, look at Sam. She's on the bed. So, as you see right here, it has padding because she likes to pull. And when she pulls, this actually is saving my arm and saving my wrist, because, like, especially on cold mornings, when she pulls, it hurts so much more. So having this, so I got a pink one and I got a blue one. And so they gave me 2 leashes for her. I actually ended up tossing the friar's rope that he gave me. I feel bad about it, but I had to really downsize on some of the stuff that was going on, right? And so, you know, we go and we do that, and Sam gets her vaccinations. They wanted me to do the influenza shot with her. I didn't have the extra $20 for it. You know, and so the appointment itself was $125, and so that covered her basic shots and so on and so forth. So I found out that I have to take her once a year to get her rabies shot. I did not know that. I don't understand why, but you know, usually anyways. But so yeah, I got to take her once a year, and then in 30 days, I've got to take her and get her booster for her lipo vaccine. So when we're up in Ocala, that's going to happen. And I've got to make sure that there is some sort of doctor's office. Otherwise, we're going to have to go, because we're going to, it's actually Salt Springs, not Silver Springs, Salt Springs, which is right off of the eastern half of the Florida Trail, because it forks out right around Kissimmee, and it goes around Orlando towards Tampa. That's the western end, and then the eastern end goes around Sanford. Okay, so we're right now close to the eastern end, but Ocala is kind of like right there at the top of the whole thing that goes around. Okay, and so we've got a little bit of a jaunt to get there. So anyways, we end up the doctor, I end up asking her a bunch of questions. Apparently, because Sam walks more than 4 or 5 miles a day, her drinking 2 liters of water is normal. Okay, so that was something that really concerned me. They said she's too young to have diabetes, which is really good. And then from there, because she had to take Sam back and weigh her, she's 57 pounds, so I was right, she's about 60 pounds. And you know, the vet comes in, and I said, well, how'd she do? And she's like, your dog is crazy. Because every time she saw something, yank all over the place. I mean, she was just a spaz dog. I'm like, finally, somebody else gets to see the craziness that I deal with. And so that was that. And then from there, you know, let's see. She did not. I asked her about naturopathic remedies for heartworms and for fleas and ticks, and she's like, well, I've never used them, so I'm not going to recommend them. If you know people that know how to do natural medicine or holistic medicine, just you know, let them advise you. And so if any of you guys know holistic remedies for pets, as far as fleas, ticks, and heartworms, please let me know down in the comments, or comments, or send me an email, because I want to once we get to Ocala, I want to be able to make sure to do the to get her done right. Okay. So I asked all my questions, then we get ready to go. I called my old man, because he said that if she had heartworms, he'd help out. And so she did not have heartworms, which is really nice. But I didn't expect her to have heartworms. She was out in a colder time of year. She was more north, so there's more. The further south you go, there are more mosquitoes there are. So Florida is just like a cesspool for heartworms compared to other places in the country because of the mosquitoes. That's where you get it from. And so we ended up getting, my old man ended up helping me out. with the with a 6 month supply of her heartworm medication, so that we could do the preventative stuff, which it really wasn't that expensive. I only had so much money, and I got to do multiple different things with it, and that I had already pre-planned on doing. And so we get to we get done, we get on the bus, we get here, we're heading towards our camp spot. Last night we stopped off at the Wawa so I could refill the water bottles. I fed her dinner because it was like 4:30 already, because she eats at 4:30. And then I bought myself a sandwich because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all day, except for like breakfast. So I was hungry, so I had a sandwich. So this guy just comes rolling up out of nowhere and just drops me almost like 80% of what I needed for a hotel room. And I'm like, I've been wanting a hotel room. I want a shower. I want some privacy. I want all this stuff. I don't even know what inspired this guy. I don't know anything behind it. It was just a random act of kindness, and it floored me, baffled me, and I was extremely grateful. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I've been wanting a hotel room for probably a good couple weeks now, just because I want to be able to get in, reset, and so on and so forth. So I mean, I had to come like $20 out of pocket to be able to afford the hotel room. But I mean, he paid for most of it, so I'm like, I might as well. It wasn't money that I counted on, one, and two, it was something that I'd been really, really needing. And Sam actually needed it as well, because she's doing so much better. As you see, she's pretty calm this morning. It's because she wasn't up all night, chasing shadows and all this other stuff. So being inside, or at least being inside a dwelling of some sort, whether it be a van or whether it be four walls like this, I think will benefit her. It's more about the nighttime, because during the day she wants to be out, she wants to run, she wants to play, she wants to explore, she wants to travel. And she did great on the bus yesterday. She did, she'll probably do great on the train today. And while I was sitting in the doctor's office, I went ahead and I purchased my ticket from Orlando to Ocala, which cost $20. It actually cost me like 25 because I reserved a specific seat so I wouldn't have issues with her. I'm learning how to kind of be ahead of the curve with Sam. And so we leave. We leave Sunday early afternoon, and it's like an hour and a half bus ride to Ocala, and then from there we're supposed to meet up with Prophet either that day or within a couple of days, because I think he says he's still in Silver Springs State Park. So we're gonna meet him there, and then we're gonna probably travel together to Salt Springs, which is probably about another 15 miles. And so one of the things that I wanted to do, and Cherokee, if you wanna contribute to this, it's up to you. But there are. Because I spent a little bit extra money than I wanted to yesterday, the $20 on this, the extra $20 on Sam's flea and tick medication, on top of the cost for the bus, on top of just getting food and stuff like that. I ended up, I still have enough money to get what it is that I need. I may end up, tomorrow's like our only day that we're going to really be able to hang out the full day in Orlando. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to have to deal with it. But there's two reasons why I'm going there. One is because we got to catch the bus. So Sunday morning when we wake up and pack up camp, we're going to walk up to the Greyhound bus station. I already let my old man know that I've got so much stuff in my pack that I can't carry that book anymore. Hold on. I can't carry that. I can't carry the book that I wanted to get, and I was kind of looking forward to it. But with Sam and all this stuff, because I got three large cans of wet dog food. I got. Not only did I buy her a 4-pound bag of dog food, somebody else gave me another 4-pound bag of dog food, and some gravy to be able to put on it. But the gravy in the jar, I mean, my backpack was until I got here, was probably about 80 pounds. It was so much that it's actually causing me issues in my back, and I'm like, I gotta fix this. And that was another reason. So part of the reason why I wanted to do the hotel room, and why I was like, okay, I can do it now, is because because one, I needed to reorganize my bag. I needed to break things down. I needed to get rid of the extra things. I needed to find things. I needed to see what was missing, what wasn't missing. Somehow, with Sam dragging my bag all over the place, I lost my 1 pound bag of rice, which kind of irritates me because that's my emergency food. Okay, I run out of all the other food that I have. At least I've got rice, and a 1 pound bag of rice will last me probably about 4 to 7 days, depending upon how much I eat, how often I eat, how big my portions are, stuff like that. So a 1 pound bag is what I consider to be my emergency supply of food in the event that that something goes south, or Sam and I decide we want to take some time. At least I've got food, and she can eat the rice with me. So I mean, maybe it might last 3 days with Sam eating on it, but at least it's there. But with Sam dragging my bag all over the place because she's chasing shadows in the middle of the night, my 1 pound bag of rice came up missing, so I need to replace that. And come to find out, all I have for food, and I will, when I get to Ocala is when I'm gonna supply on food. So I've got a little bit of money set aside for that and for like my emergency supply and stuff like that. But all I have is 2 cans of cream and mushroom soup, and that's it. Whereas she's got probably about 15 pounds worth of food, because not only does she have about 7 pounds worth of food, dry food, plus she has probably about another 4 or 5 pounds worth of treats. Somebody gave us like 3 big bags of this blue treats. So she got some jerky. She's got some. She doesn't seem to really like the sweet potatoes though. She's not a potato eater, even though they put potatoes in the dog food. I'm not exactly sure what the reason is, so on and so forth. But that is what it is. But I probably pulled about 10 pounds worth of excess weight off of my back by being in here. I'm leaving it behind for the people here at the hotel because they can disperse it themselves if they want to keep it, or they can throw it away. I mean, I left the extend a leash here since I got 2 of these leashes. I left the 2 cans of wet food because that's excessive. I've got so much food for her that, I mean, I need to be able to have room for my own food. Okay, so we leave on Sunday for the trail, and we'll be there about 2:30 in the afternoon. Let's see what else is going on. Anyways, I got a shower, I did laundry. What else did I do? Sam got a good night's sleep. I didn't sleep well. I don't sleep well inside here. And I've been noticing something, and I'm curious to know, like, those of you that are my subscribers that were homeless for long periods of time and then came inside, I'm just curious what your opinion is on this. One of the things that I have noticed about being in here, it's like, I like the privacy, but it makes me uneasy being in 4 walls. I feel very uneasy. That's part of the reason why I didn't sleep last night. It was quiet. It was perfectly fine. I had to sleep with the window open and the AC on because it was just too warm in here. And and everybody else was like, man, it's cold. I'm like, man, you do not know what cold is. And so I'm looking at this and I'm just going, yeah, it would be nice to be inside on paper, but psychologically, I have reached that point, and I reached this point many years ago, and I thought that being off the streets and having a business and having that stability, and it did work for a while, but it didn't stick, is my acclimation to being inside. And now that being inside in a hotel room, the only thing that I can think of is, well, this place is going to cost, if I wanted to stay here long term, it's going to cost me $1,000 a month to stay here. That's a lot of money to me. I don't care if I'm making $10,000 a month. To me, that's $1,000 a month is a lot of money for a small little 1-bedroom apartment. And it's not even a 1-bedroom, it's an efficiency. So, I mean, it's probably about 450, 500 square feet. $1,000 a month for that, that's crazy. And then the thought of having to raise that money every single month makes me even more uneasy. So I don't know. I know that moving forward, Sam and I are probably what my goal is. Okay, so let's look at 20. So if any of you guys have any questions about any of the things that I've talked about, you want to make a comment about it, stuff like that, please start asking them now, and I'll start answering them. But let's look at 2023 in hindsight, okay? Because I mean, we got about a week left of the year, and then we're into 2024. Tuesday is Monday or Tuesday is Christmas, for those that celebrate Christmas. So I mean, it is what it is. But looking back, January of last year, of this year, I still have my bike. I had about $3,000 worth of gear on me. It wasn't, and yeah, no, actually, this is January of this year is when I rode my last 500 miles on bike, which was 250 to Panama City and 250 back. And I started having stuff getting stolen off my bike, which is when I decided to switch off of a bike and go onto trail. And I was actually much happier being on trail. I'm hoping that getting back out on trail, I will be able to enjoy it even more having a dog than being able to than I was just by myself, because it's kind of boring by yourself. With Sam, she entertains me, I entertain her. She's very codependent, doesn't leave my side. I mean, I can't even go to the bathroom without her laying at my feet. So it is what it is. And then I made it to Chattanooga after getting sick in Rome, Georgia. And then getting dropped in Chattanooga by the hospital, and then from there, you guys know what happened with the guy that made all these promises that I don't really think he had any intention of fulfilling. It was just, some people, they make promises because they want to look good, they want people to like them, respect them, or whatever, because nobody really likes or respects them. And so in their way, they're going to make promises without the intent of fulfilling them, which is why people don't like them to begin with. Okay. And so, making it up to Cincinnati, made some friends, tried to do some impactful things within the homeless community, which kind of, I'm learning, and I should have already known this, because I mean, all these years I've been off and on the streets, I should have already known this, is that they don't want to fix homelessness. They barely want to be able to provide for the homeless. It's just a way for them to make money. And considering America is one of the most charitable nations on the planet at this point in time, we give a lot of money to charity that goes all over the world to help people, because we want to be kind, we want to be humane, we want to bring everybody else up to our level as the American society. But those that we are giving our money to, as far as these charities and these nonprofits, they don't want to fix the problem, because if they fix the problem, that means they get no more donations. That means they lose their purpose. That means, basically they work themselves out of a job. And, they want to be able to keep it all going, because, they get used to the money. They like all the amenities that come with it, so on and so forth, that they don't really want to fix it. And this even works within the homeless community. And it was just, this was kind of like the blatant, the blunt way of being able to see it firsthand, because I actually came to the table with multiple solutions. And it is what it is, but I tried, and so because I've given up, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't have, see, when I had my business, I had drive. That drive also brought me to a point where I'm not going to take anybody's crap. I don't deserve it, and I'm not going to take it. Now it's like, I don't want to take your crap, but I'm just going to walk away, because you're just not worth my time. I'm not going to spend the energy. Why waste my energy getting mad, getting upset, doing all this other stuff? Why? It makes no sense. I don't see a reason in it. So, a lot of it, when I reach confrontation or when I reach a lot of stuff, it's like, I don't even have the energy to even muster the give a damn for it, to really care. No, in the moment, I might be a little upset, but I'm not upset enough to do something about it. I'm just upset enough to be able to verbalize my discontent with the situation. And, it is what it is. And you'll hear me say that a lot. And some people say that's just a lazy man's way of just not taking responsibility. But I think as we get older, we realize that all the fighting, all the contention, all the dumb stuff that we did in our 20s and 30s and our teenage years, it was just a waste of time, a waste of energy. We were spinning our wheels. We didn't actually accomplish anything. So that's why I guess we as human beings, Florida would get more subscribers for sure. Yes, Ricky, I think you're right. And we're only going to be there for a short period of time because what I want to do. Well, let me finish this. Just the review. And so then I decided, because it was getting cold and paranoid, and I decided that it was necessary that I hop freight train, or at least get the heck out of Dodge in Cincinnati. And I left at the right time, because the day after I left, there was a mass shooting in an area where I hang out in. Now, I know it was probably either gang related or drug related, because that's the area. So to say that it was random, that's wrong. It wasn't random. Okay, so hopping freight train, I had so much fun. So what are my plans this year? What is it that I want to accomplish this year? Okay, so what I want to accomplish this year is some multiple things. I want to grow to be somewhere around 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Now that's a big request, but I think that I can make it. And these last few days that I had to fly a sign, and the success that I had, it kind of gave me the confidence and the energy to be able to push forward for that. Because once I get to 5,000 subscribers, what I will start looking to do at that point in time is I'm probably going to switch into van life. Not really because I want to do that and I'm desiring it and all this stuff. I'm thinking about Sam. And one thing I'm learning about having a dog is that you stop thinking about you. It's just like having a kid. You stop thinking about you and start thinking about them. I mean, she eats multiple times a day. Hey, Bushcraft, glad to see you. Yes, we will be there. We will be there Sunday. So, yeah, we're gonna go meet Prophet in Ocala, actually in Silver Springs, and then we're gonna walk to Salt Springs together, and then we're gonna hang out there for a couple of weeks. Having Sam is making me want to slow down and enjoy life, because she slows me down. She slowed me down a lot, and some part of me is frustrated about it, but I'm also appreciative of it, because I needed to slow down. I've been saying I need to slow down for the last couple of years. Are you going to have resupply stops set ahead of time so you can receive packages on trail and trail magic along the way, or do you know if your next stay over to get packages? My next stay over is, you're gonna either have to send it to Ocala or Salt Springs. I gotta see if they have a post office there in Salt Springs, because Prophet, what he likes to do is he will hang out. He'll camp a few miles out of the city on a trail and just hang out there for a few weeks, and then just move along down trail. And he doesn't move like he used to, like where he was constantly on the move. He's slowed down. He just sits there and takes his time, enjoys the cities, and goes in, charges, and then does his thing. And so as far as what's going to happen with us, we're probably going to be, I have to be near a city in 30 days so that I can afford for her booster shot. She's got to have a booster shot. So that we don't get sick, because the booster is something that she can pass on to me. And I really, after having dysentery and giardia, I don't, no, I'm good. I will follow the vet's recommendations, because I remember how nasty that made me feel. I hated it. Okay. So, but as far as resupply points and stuff like that along the way, yes, I plan on it. I will probably also be flying signs in those cities. I don't really want to, but right now this channel is taking off, and it's doing really, really phenomenal, to the point where I might actually get another payout next month. I mean, it won't be as much as I got this month, but to be able to get $120 payout every month, that's going to be something that I can count on. That now that, versus, I'm getting maybe $180, because every other month, that makes it a lot harder to count on, because I got to wait 60 days between payments. So that the way that's going, I'm trying to grow my base. So again, what do I plan on for 2024? 5,000 subscribers on YouTube is what I'm seeking. Part of the reason why I'm seeking 5,000 subscribers is because then it opens up the door for more revenue for me. So that means that I will get access to a back-end piece of software that will allow me the opportunity to connect with vendors and to be able to review their products and to be able to show it to you. They will pay me for it, and I will be able to make a commission on it, and I will be able to recommend it to you if I find it to be a good product. Now, I'm gonna have to ask Paranoid more about this, because he's had the opportunity to he's had the opportunity to deal with that section of YouTube, and he didn't do it for various reasons, and I wanna probably get the skinny from him on this. But as far as I go, I would like to start doing that, because $300 to $500 per video. I do a couple of those a month. Now all of a sudden I can afford what it is that I really want to afford. At least from the YouTube sense. Okay. And hey, what's up, Don? Monk? No, the Order of St. Francis are not monks. They are friars. I don't know what the difference is between friars and monks are, other than the fact, I don't know. But no, I'm a friar, not a monk. But anyways, between that and I want to be able to get, so right now I have like 7 or 8 paid subscribers over on. There are companies that you can set up affiliates with now. Yes, but the thing is unless I have the gear in front of me to review, even my affiliate links with Amazon, I mean, $7 in the last 6 months. Okay, it's not something that I'm really that I'm really big on, or that I really get doing a lot of, and maybe I need to kind of like start working on that skill set as far as that goes. But I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to have about 20 to 30 subscribers on paid subscribers to Patreon by the end of the year, and that should net me another couple $100. At that point in time, once I start making more than $200 on Patreon, I can start gifting memberships to people that I think, because some of you guys have supported the channel the whole time. You keep watching here on YouTube. You will put money in my tip jar, but yet you're not over on Patreon. So at first, I want to start gifting people that do that. Thanks, Don. I want to be able to offer at least a 1-month free membership to some of those people that have contributed in other ways, even though they're not Patreon subscribers. But one of the things I want to do, especially with this whole copyright thing that I'm dealing with from YouTube, is I really want to focus on getting away from YouTube as much as possible. So in 2025, that will be like, I want that to be my final year where YouTube is my primary source of income, because at that point in time I will have multiple other sources of income, such as Patreon and those that want to put tips in my tip jar, or whatever it may be, and affiliate links and stuff like that. But that's more than a year away. So that's kind of, I'm going step by step. It's a slow and grinding process, but eventually I want to get to a point. So by the end of this year, I'm hoping to be able to afford $1,500 or $2,000 for a decent van. And then that way, what I can do is from there I can build it out. Sam and I can have a place. She will be able to sleep better. It will give her the peace of mind and all that other stuff. Okay. So I'll read that in a minute, Jeremy. But anyways, I want to hopefully by the end of summer, I will be looking for my van and building it out. Now, then that will be turned into some more projects that you that you guys get to watch, such as how do I build out a van, because I want to make it self-sufficient. So maybe even work on converting it to electric, work on putting solar panels in it so that I don't have to worry about buying gas. I have my own free energy, and it just, I can go. And all I have to do is change the oil once every 10,000 miles. Once you go electric, I think electric can do once every 10,000 miles. I know that natural gas does that, but I don't. That's getting expensive too. So I want to be able to convert this van so that I never have to worry about going to a gas station or be reliant on the supply chain past just the basic materials I need to keep to maintain it. And that's going to also be a huge learning curve for me, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well, is just to be able to learn that and to be able to become proficient in it. That way Sam and I, as we travel the country, we can do it freely on our own, and so on and so forth. There has also been some, once we get to that point, there have been some people that have recommended, well, why don't you build little random gardens and do a circuit and stuff like that. And I think that in a van life, yes, we could do something like that, but on trail, riding freight trains, stuff like that, that is something that that it's really not that possible, because you never know where you're going to end up. You go where the wind goes, and depending upon the weather and all the other stuff, it's all dependent. And so doing something like that wouldn't be feasible. But with a vehicle, that means I can reach specific destinations, because we are a car-centric society, and so therefore it becomes a lot easier. So if I want to come down to Orlando every year, I don't have to worry about, oh well, let me catch this freight train and make sure that this train's going here, or let me pay for a Greyhound bus ticket, or let me walk trail down here, or let me hitchhike down there and stuff like that. So it is what it is, again. And just with everything that's going on, I think it's going to be the wiser way to survive in some ways. Now, we're probably, once we go in the whole van life thing, we're probably going to be hanging out more west than east, because it's more open out there. There's a lot more BLM land. Her and I can go out there and just go down like one of those logging roads and pull off and set up camp and stay there for a little bit, so on and so forth. And not away, I gotta say thank you for that video you sent me, Cheap RV Living. It was, I gotta say that the way he did it was pretty cheap, but I want to know what he pays a month for that, for that U-Haul, because that's a big thing. Because if I get to a point where I am able to bring in about $1,500 a month, and if it's only going to cost me $800 a month for to build it out, I might just rent it long term. That's what my buddy Paul's been doing ever since the Ford screwed his car up. He's rented cars for the last year, and so he gets to pick and choose and figure out what car he wants, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me get to some of these questions. Okay, let's see. Some of the stuff I sent from Obai Olite, they do partnerships a lot. They could review the pack, dry bag, patches, etc., and tag them. I bet you could get a bunch of stuff sent to you. Okay, this is something that I'm going to have to work on this year as well, is setting those connections, because I now have enough subscribers that I can actually demand at least $50 a video, minimum. Okay, so they sell camping stuff too. If you don't go to school, you're going to end up in the van by the river. Used to be the scare tactic. Now it's a dream for many. Yes, Chris Farley and David Spade. That was a good. Yeah. What do you want to do, kid? I want to live down by the river in a van. Well, if you. Anyways, that's one of my favorite Saturday Night Lives. So, having my morning coffee from McDonald's, man. I love my morning coffee from McDonald's. I'm not as much into coffee now that I have Sam that I used to be. Like when it was just me, man, I looked forward to that first cup of Joe in the morning. But with her, I don't even, because I'm up for a good hour and a half before anything like that. But all right, I've got about 6 or 7 more minutes because I got to check out of here at 11 o'clock. I have packed up my bag. I've downgraded. thrown away everything that needed to be thrown away, left behind whatever needed to be left behind. So if any of you guys wanna help the channel out, there are multiple ways in which you can help the channel out. The preferred way is that you come over to Patreon and become a member of the Patreon community. You will have access to be able to chat with me. And I always check my messages. Ask Nodaway, her and I chat a lot. There's also a couple other people over there that I chat with. And they've asked to remain anonymous, so I'll leave them anonymous. But those of you that lost a lot in a year, boy, teaching people what you know is priceless. People pay money to live on fat farm. Why not walk with Tuck and lose weight? Actually, Ricky, I didn't lose most of my weight walking. I lost 100 pounds riding that 1,000 miles on bike, and most of that was because I couldn't eat because I was so overheated. I had no appetite. So that, and I even went 45 miles on bike with like a quarter to a half a cup of rice mixed with some cream and mushroom soup. I had so much energy with that. But now that I have Sam, you're sprung for a room last night. Well, somebody, like I said, somebody dropped like $80 in my pocket, and I'm like, well, I've been wanting a hotel room. I need it. I need the privacy. I need the reset. I need to be able to have time to be able to do what it is that I need to do, such as, clean out my backpack, reorganize my gear, figure out what I need, what I don't need, so that, because we're about ready to go on trail. So, and plus I have a whole crap ton of food for her. So I got to figure out, because the weight on the pack was killing me. I needed a shower. When I washed my hair last night, I had to wash it 3 times just to get all of the mud out because I was so dirty. My clothes, my smell was so bad that it was actually starting to bother me. That was yeah. I needed a shower. I needed to do laundry. This is clean. It's the only clean item I have on me. This and my pants and 2 pairs of socks. My other pants and stuff like that, I wasn't going to pay the amount to be able to wash it. It wasn't worth it to me. So with that being said, yeah, I felt it necessary. I feel guilty about it. But on the other end, I needed it. It's been, God, I haven't had a hotel room in almost a year. I haven't been inside since June, so almost 6 months. So 6 months since I've actually been inside with 4 walls, and that was when I was in Chattanooga. Because most of the time when I was in Kentucky and Ohio, I kept walking out of the shelter because I couldn't take it anymore. I maybe slept there one night, but most of the time it was so stressful I didn't even get any sleep. So I got so acclimated to sleeping outside that it was much better. Christmas event. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Okay, so it just. It's been a long time since I've been inside, and I still felt uneasy. Yeah, I know. It's very very hard to stay clean out here, especially when you got a dog that likes to roll in the mud and then come roll on top of you. I actually washed my sleeping bag today. Since I've had it, it's the first time it's been washed. Usually I wash her blanket, but she's so muddy. I'm like, why do that? I'm wasting it. I need a clean sleeping bag because I started noticing that the dirtier your sleeping bag gets, the less efficient it becomes on keeping you warm. So but it is what it is. So Forrest Gump, I felt like running. Yeah. you know how many people have called me Forrest Gump in the last year? Because I'm like, yeah, I lost everything. I decided to go. I just decided to walk the country. Just decided to go. Oh, you're just like Forrest Gump. I'm like, yeah, I think that's funny, but I'm still going to go by Friar Tuck, not Forrest Gump. So, but that's that. Anyways, if you want to help the channel, I would really like you to come over to Patreon, become a Patreon member. There is a 7-day free trial, so that if you want to check it out before you put your money in it. But $10 a month for hobo tutorials plus behind the scenes. Now, anything I post on there is private. I don't want you talking about it publicly when I share some of my personal information. That's the reason why I'm over there and I talk over there. But that is the number one way. If you really want to help me become self-sufficient, you really want to help me, reach my goals, becoming a member of Patreon is probably the most impactful thing that you can do, because everything compounds. Right now, I only make maybe $50 a month on Patreon. If I can get that up to $300 a month, on top of what I'm doing from YouTube, now all of a sudden, I'm becoming more self-sufficient. I don't have to ask. I don't have to fly a sign. I don't need to do all those things, because now I have enough money to be able to do it, and I'm earning it legitimately. Okay, so I've got a couple of videos that are going to be coming out in the next week. I need to record them. But one is, and I know a lot of you that are conservative, you're probably not going to like this one, but I strongly recommend that you watch it, which is the right-wing woke mob. Okay, because just like the left has their woke mob, so does the right. The right actually taught the left how to do it, and they've been doing it for almost 100 years now. So, and I want to talk about that because some of the comments I see, my head explodes. Okay, I can't do that. And then the other one, I was talking to a kid. His overlords are threatening to kick him out, and I wanted to. Just talking to him, he thought that being homeless was going to be the end of the world. It was going to be the end of it for him. Like he would never be able to. And I was like, no. Have a plan. And I walk through, and I've talked about this before, but I want to reiterate this because I've gained 200 subscribers this month. There's 200 people that have not seen that video. There's probably about 500 people that have not seen that video. Things like that. So that's one of the things is I was just thinking this guy, the real Forrest Gump. Hey Thomas, what's going on? I'm glad to see you. But anyways, the other way that you can help out the channel is just become a subscriber. I need 5,000 subscribers. I'm 3,500 subscribers away. So that will help me reach that goal. Share this with your friends. Share this with people that you know, because we don't know who's going to be affected with everything that's going on in Israel, with the Strait of Hormuz, with everything that's going on in Ukraine. So now our breadbasket and our shipping lanes, they're all under fire. So first time on Patreon, see you there. All right, Jeremy, I will be glad to see you there. Oh, awesome. Love you, man. Much appreciated. So, and if you guys, and I will tell, this is something, I've got a member over there on Patreon who recommends, certain things, because he's like, look, I got these questions. If you make a content about this, I'll watch it. I'm like, well, there's probably other people that want to watch that stuff too. So you guys give me suggestions. I listen. The right hand and the left hand are in the same body. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And, but anyways, become a subscriber. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I go live, every time I release a video. Every time you watch a video, I get paid on it. And unless YouTube does YouTube. So, all right, thank you, Hobo Thomas. But all these different things. These are the two most important ways that you can impact the channel. Also, my website, if you go down in the description, you'll see a link to my website. It is also linked to my my messenger, my Facebook Messenger. So you can send me messages through there. I just got a message. I had a guy ask me some questions about winter gear and kind of how to prepare and so on and so forth, and I answered his question. So if you ever want to chat with me, again, I'm always paying attention to what's going on as far as my phone, as far as messages through my messenger from the website, such as through Patreon and through the YouTube studio. So you guys can reach out to me. I really like, part of what I like and helps keep me going is the fact that I have you guys to interact with. You guys help me keep my humanity and remind me that there still is an upside. Okay, so your communication, your interactions with me, the things that you guys do, pay more when you're dirty or clean. I will dirty, yeah, because the thing is, well, it depends. If you're flying a funny sign, if you're flying yes, it can, hobo. It depends. If you're flying a funny sign, people don't care. And also what they're doing is they're looking at what you carry. I mean, they see me with a dog, they see me with a backpack, they see my sleeping pad on the outside, and they see my tent on the outside. So, they see all that stuff. And so they kind of get the idea of, okay, this guy is broke and homeless. So, she was so good. I got to sleep through the night. I mean, I didn't fall asleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning. She wakes me up at 7 every morning. So, I mean, I got about 5 hours sleep, but she kind of growled once, but that was because she heard something. But past that, she slept all night long. She did very good all night long. And she hasn't been all rambunctious. If you see, I'll show you guys here. That's Sam. I mean, how many times have I had problems with her when I'm doing a live stream? And we played a little bit this morning, but she's absolutely, she likes it in here. It's a complete personality change between being inside and outside, and that's part of the thing that's going to drive me to put. Oh, nice. So capping cage free. She living better than you. Yes, she does. She gets to eat 5 times a day. I barely eat twice. Sometimes I only eat once. That's another reason having her, I'm probably going to end up losing another 20 pounds. Thanks, camping. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, come on over to Patreon, become a subscriber. If you don't want to do any of those things, just keep watching. If you want to leave a tip in the tip jar, that kind of helps support me, because what I end up doing with the money from the tip jar, just so that you guys know, unless you tell me like Cherokee tells me go buy some weed with it, to adopt a mutt that was abandoned named Ford. Oh, well, Dan, either that or you can just walk for a while and you'll find a stray. So, bear spray, yes. I got to pick up a water filter. I'm gonna wait until I get to Ocala for that, though. Yeah, well, I got a dog that wants to get eaten alive by one, so let's see what happens. But anyways, yeah, you guys know how to help the channel. You guys know how to make the biggest impact. Either come over to Patreon, become a subscriber, hit the like button, share it with your friends. We don't know who's gonna get dispossessed, but we are at the beginning, okay? And Popular Preparedness even talked about this. We're at the beginning of the biggest economic crash we've ever seen in history. He says we have 6 months left, which is going to be good for the average house dweller, because they won't they will at least have time to acclimate to the weather by going out in the spring, and then having spring and summer to prepare if they're smart. And those that don't prepare during spring and summer are gonna be unalived during the winter. So either that, or yeah, it's gonna go crap. And then not only that, I wonder, one of the things I was also thinking about is maybe, because I did it about in 2000, so 10 years ago, I took over 2 abandoned houses that were abandoned and foreclosed. I'm waiting for it to get much worse before I go and try that process again, but I might end up doing something like that. I don't know. I've been thinking about it because it would be a lot less expensive than doing the whole van life thing. So, but if I do that, you guys are going to be able to tag along with me. That may end up being over on Patreon just because of legalities and stuff like that. Now, I'm doing everything's above the board, everything's legal, but most people don't understand the difference between squatting and adverse possession. Adverse possession is an old King's law that's been around for about 800 years. Okay, and all they do is they stack new laws on top of old laws and just redefine the previous definition to modernize it, so on and so forth. But they never actually wipe the books of all the old laws. That's why it takes like 3 lifetimes to read all the statutory regulations that we have. Okay, and another thing that I'm going to start talking about over on Patreon is I'm going to start talking about some legal stuff as far as how to enforce your rights, how to be able to do things like that. I think I'm gonna do quite a few videos about that over the next couple of months, because now we're getting to a point where you need to know that if you're going to be able to survive out here. Because now that Sam is legal, No, they don't. No continental breakfast. Now that Sam is legal, now I can stand up to some of these cops, because at that point she's a registered service dog. She's got all of her shots. She's got everything. And if a cop wants to be, I am the law, well, then he's gonna find out that he isn't. And see, these are going to be the things I'm going to be talking about, because you're going to need to protect yourself, because there's going to come a point with the homelessness getting so big. Missouri finally dropped the no camping on state property. We're all going to be outside soon. I want to seize your property from the banksters. Well, Ricky, you're gonna have to come over to Patreon for that. But like I said, I can. That will probably maybe this Monday's video. I will actually, because Monday is when I do hobo tutorials, and then Wednesday is when I do behind the scenes. But maybe you should come over there. And at least try the 7-day free trial just to watch that one video if you want to. But I think Monday what I'll do is I'll talk about adverse possession and kind of how to do it, what worked, because I did it once with success. I tried it again and I didn't have success, and I kind of figured out what the difference was between the two. Okay, so morning, Rugsy. So this is what you guys can do. Anyways, guys, I gotta close this out because I gotta finish packing up. I gotta deal with Sam, and then we're gonna. Somebody gave me like a $25 gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings, and so I wanted to hit that for lunch before we left, or I might hit it in Ocala. I don't know, but I don't really want to be spending a lot of money on food for the next couple days, because I need to be able to buy the supplies that I need. Now, this is the time of month when I start getting paid from YouTube and Patreon and all this other stuff that comes in. So I get paid on the 3rd of the month. So okay, sounds good. All right, Ricky, that's awesome. Are you checking in somewhere for Xmas? I'm broke but gonna contribute to it. I don't know. We're gonna be in Ocala on the 24th. If we did something like that, we would have to do it in Ocala, or actually no. What would probably be smarter is, because we're going to Silver Springs State Park, is to probably pay for a campsite there for a few days, and that'll be a lot less expensive. Florida is pretty expensive as far as its parks go. I think they're like $30 a pop versus the $100 for a Roach Motel. Now, this isn't a Roach Motel, but but yeah, anyways, if that's what you guys want to contribute for, yeah. I was actually hoping that we would be able to do that. I don't have the money for it now, but I was figuring on raising some money. So, because then I get shower, I get electricity, and then I can let Sam run around and have, all that other stuff. So anyways, guys, I got to get checked out. I got to finish packing up and stuff like that. But I'm going to show you all of what I had to leave behind real quick. So these here are 1.5 pounds. I had 3 of them. I gave her one this morning and she couldn't even finish it. This is the gravy. I kept forgetting to put it on her food, but as you see, the glass jar, okay? And then this, she's not a small dog, okay? This is for small dogs. And it's, then also I'm leaving this as well. Because, well, anyway, she's chewed on it and having 2 leashes. But that's about 10 pounds worth of stuff that I've taken out, plus feeding her and everything else like that. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next live stream. I will give you guys a couple day update or a couple day notice before I go on the next live stream. It will probably be when we get to Salt Springs. Again, I'm going to do these 2 videos that I talked about, and those will be up within the next few days, and we'll go from there. So may the pounds be not a burden. That is true, man. Yeah, this dog is gonna kill my back. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. I'll see you over on Patreon if you come over on Patreon. Thanks for watching. See you again.